All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Richard Giordano. It is Wednesday, May 29, 2024. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're still recovering from that Memorial Weekend. My goodness. I know. We partied like it was 2025, didn't we, everybody? Oh, no, we didn't really. Yeah, no, we didn't. It was fun, though. We had a good weekend. We're still recovering. Here we are in the middle of the week. How'd we get here so quickly? That's because there's no more X. No X. You got to come here to watch the show. Nope. Can't have half of everybody going over to X. I want everybody over here. I didn't realize all that was going on until like the last couple of shows. I'm like, wait a minute. How's this happening? And then I realized 40% of the people were going over to X to watch Goof On. I think it's great that we had an audience over there, but yeah, we'd rather have you here. So we may see another drop in the numbers because people want to go to X. Well, too bad. Goof On YouTube. And that's that. But I'm glad you're here. Those of you who are here, you understand the way the show works. We come in, we hit you hard, we go home. That's it. You get bopped on the head. UFOlogy, boop, ow. Oh yeah, and then you're like, now I know why we talked about that the way we did. You understand? I don't think you do. Tonight we'll talk about the waiting game. Okay, we just talked about it. That's it. It is a waiting game. That's what we're playing right now, the waiting game. Anytime there's a delay, right? Be in between congressional hearings, all two of them we've had. Yeah, this is just silly, isn't it? Whistleblowers. I really don't think we need to hear them. I'm not joking. I don't think we need it at all. What do they do anyway? No, really. What do they do? Buy time. That's it. All right. I'll calm down. We're going to do a little bit of UFO watching tonight. We're going to see what's going on in the world. We got a little bit of Gallaudet. How do you say Tim Gallaudet? Gallaudet. He's the glue they keep them together with. Now, that was bad. That was so bad. We'll listen to a video from him. He said some stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about him. God, I wish I could do some. Tomorrow, we got Rich Saves America on at 11 at night. We're going 2 nights a week, Sunday and Thursday, on Rich Saves America. Those shows are starting to get good. Yeah. Now I'm starting to feel my way around. Tomorrow here, we're going to talk about UFOs and ontological shock. I give up. Maybe I'll just do it tonight because it's such a thin day in ufology. There's a new UFO show. We got a trailer. Yeah. We're going to show you that. Volcano UFOs. There's a post from Billy Cox. And what fell out of the sky in Florida? Is it Florida? No, Brazil. Close. Oh. Hey, the background showed up. Ain't that nice? It matches the shirt. I made sure to wear a shirt. Let's do a little roll call, shall we? Moody Mongol, everybody. Welcome to the show. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. I'm sorry, bro. I know you love that X, but you brought everybody over. Took away from the home base. You were too popular over there. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll go back someday. Rusty Gruner. Hey, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Welcome to the show. Jeanette, the angel of Goofania. What's up there, Lady Bean? Good to see you. And Paula Faust. Hi, Paula. Welcome to the show. I can't stop the voice. Sky Allen. Hey, Scott. Oh, you're down with the band tonight. What are you doing down there? Kelly's down there. Hey, what's going on with you two? Good to see you guys. Teresa Pulio. How you doing? Good to see you back. Nice. Thank you. Welcome. General. Welcome back. Bobby McBride, everybody. Wow, Dorothy just re-energized me. A member for 22 months. A member for 22 months. Woo, I almost an old timer at Goofon. Yes, you are. 69 to be exact. Nah, man, as if you didn't have it, I wouldn't know. I can't believe you're 25 years older than me. It just seems a lot closer than that. Damn it. 13 years, that's it. Man, that's a generation, pretty much. Well, Dorothy, thank you for being you. I appreciate your 22 months and then some. Thank you. And welcome to the Marcel Goofonian Metalhead. What's up there, Rubberneck? Time surfing alien. How you doing, E.T.? Huh? Good. Good to see you. All right. Ah, there you are, Kelly. Doing down there for the first time in a long time. I'm watching. Welcome to the show. All right. Ooh, hey, Teresa, you know what's weird? I glanced at your profile picture and I thought you changed it to a penguin. If you look at it like off to the side, like an inch, it looks like a penguin. Your picture, because your hair and it's all white on the other side. All right, I just put the foot in the mouth and I didn't even mean it. Stephen McCowan, welcome to the show. Blues Burgers, Batteries, I'm so hungry. Welcome to the show, Blues Batteries. What do you say, T? Tony, from The Sopranos? Did you see they have a new Sopranos show coming out? I think it's Young Tony, they're calling it. Like, she's Tony Soprano Jr., I'm Tony Soprano Jr. Are you looking at me? Huh? Are you looking at me? He's practicing, to be a gangster. All right. Derek Faulkner, the LK. Alfie Joe Bob, the LF. Welcome to the show. All right. David Rope, welcome to the show. Good to see everybody. Glenn Collins, show welcomes you. Ooh, we haven't had one of those. Intergalactic Angler, welcome to the show. And Brookies, huh? Ha! If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Welcome to the show, Brookies. We just got a lot of show to do. I can't do hellos all night long. The Wild Ascension's here with a $5. Huh? Ah, Dorothy's birthday was on the Monday. That was nice. A $5 belated birthday, Dorothy. Super chat. That is really nice. Wild Ascension. Right? I agree. And for that, you will be rewarded. You will. This is just for a second. Just for you. Happy birthday. That's it. That's it. That's it. We already did it. That was just for you, a small little and a hello. Thank you. Also, here's to Goofonian's Truthology for Ufology. She coined it. Thanks, Queen. Dorothy did. Thank you for that, Wild Ascension. And you can help support Ufology for Truthology. Is that what we're saying? Truthology for Ufology. It's what we do 7 nights a week. And then some. Yeah. Thanks for the super, and you guys can also help support Goof on the same way. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You can even become a member by hitting the join button where seen. Truthology for ufology for you. All right, ready? Set. Go. Tonight, we're going to start off with the little video here. I think you guys know there are UFOs all around the world, and volcanoes have been hitting the popular channels lately that show UFOs, because it seems there have been some UFOs spotted around Mauna Kilauea, and Rock Me Amadeus. But before we get to that, we got a little Lou. Go!
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place.
Shut up,
I
dude.
didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never
will be.
I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy.
It's what I do.
Counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into
the UFO community. Bastard. How dare you write a book about us? Faking your way through ufology today makes you a dirty snot. Faking your way on the TV today, sure you weigh a lot. Wouldn't you like to be a pew? Sometimes they fly away when your name is Little Lou. Bum, bum, bum. And he knew he was lying to you. Bum, bum. When he looked at that TV screen, he saw his big fat head. All he knew was that someday he'd be dead. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bring. Thanks, Lou, for being you. Without you, there is no. And without you, there is no. So I want to say thank you for being you. Boo-hoo, Lou, everybody. What fell out of the sky? Alien vehicle, classified project, or something else? Well, this got the news rocking this morning. And I'm going to play you this unbelievable report coming to you from the TV. In 3, at 2, at go.
A man is sharing his story after just discovering a strange object that he thinks may be from outer space.
So far, the object has not been inspected by aerospace experts, but the discovery has a lot of people scratching their heads. News 13's Mark Liverman explains.
Maybe they need Head and Shoulders.
I'm shocked as to what it was.
Kind of hard not to be.
It's a furry door.
Find something like this along a very remote Canton trail.
Once in a lifetime. You know, it don't happen every day.
But it did happen to Justin Klontz when he and a coworker found it. Burnt carbon fiber dotting the surface, heavy-duty pieces and plates of metal, held together with what look.
So, we're sitting here with Gary P. Nolan. The P is not for professor. Gary, what do you make of this object here? Gosh, you know, if I knew anything about UFOs, I would definitely have an answer for you. But, you know, I created the brain thing that... All right, Gary, get the fuck... No, it's a furry piece of metal and it has some screws. So I'm saying this is alien. Definitely alien, huh? Thanks, Gary. What does the P stand for? Penis. What? Terrible story. They tricked us again. I thought we were going to look at a UFO. Now I knew what it was. See, this is what bothers me. Anything that falls out of the sky gets the music. What? Oh my God, I just noticed everything. All my tabs are missing. Hey man, this isn't cool. Where are my where's the... Oh no! They're invisible, but I move my mouse over everything and they're there. Oh, wicked weird. So my computer's been hacked and they're making a copy. Got it. Thank you. Let me know when you find the good stuff. All right. We're going to go over to Gallaudet. Because you know what he is, right? He's that, what is he, a rear admiral? Rear admiral, right? He worked in from the back. Gosh, Tim Gallaudet says that individuals within the government have communicated with aliens. And he says he's sure of it. Yeah, I think I may have played a part of that clip, but here's the 220 on it. Or 56 seconds, either way, it doesn't matter. It's Tim Gallaudet. Is it bad that I think everybody's lying that is government related? Thank you. I mean, seriously, am I not doing this correctly? Because I think about this all the time. I try to imagine myself, not me, but somebody who's looking in from the outside as a unbiased observer in the ufological world. And I think I do a very good job at separating myself from me to somebody who can critically think and look at this stuff and figure it out. Many of you are gifted this way too. I know you are. So when you see a guy like Timmy and you hear the things he says, you can only imagine he never saw it. He heard it. He heard it from the same people. Same stories. Same group of people. So one thing they're banking on is that the public will never figure that out. So each one of these guys seems like they're coming from a different place with the same answer. Aliens. Technology we don't understand. Must be aliens. Could be consciousness aliens. We don't know. But you're hearing it from everybody, from all angles, from every department. And that's never happened before. So it's interesting what we're seeing. I mean, you really have to take in scope the entirety of what we've gone through the last 7 or 8 years now. And it is an enormous amount of nothing. Because if you take everything TTA said, it was a 4-year waste of time. They had our attention for about 4 years. Wasted everybody's time, energy, money. So I think this consciousness thing, it can't go anywhere else after this. See, I think we're at the apex of it all, folks. I think this is it. I think if we are going to have disclosure, this has got to be the final chapter beginning now. And I'm not saying that, joking around, because there's nowhere else to go. For years, we have been hearing abductees talking telepathically, and now here it is, the government saying we've actually done it. Come on. So I guess we don't really need whistleblowers, right? All we need is evidence at this point. We've heard this for the last 50 years solid, and now it's a thing that is coming from every angle. It's never happened before. Usually it was, just the army. Roswell, nothing else, because basically there was nothing else at the time. But then in the 50s, it exploded, and it stayed within, compartmentalized agencies, factions, you could call it. But they did their best to isolate everything, and then it came out with, Majestic 12, Project Blue Book, and the rest is histoire. So let's listen to Gallaudet and think about who he is. He's a rear admiral. He's in on it. And when I say in on it, he knows the script. That's how I feel. That's my personal opinion. I just feel like they've got nowhere else to go. Think about it, though. Where do they go after consciousness? And angels, devils, demons? So we are at, literally, there's nowhere else to go. We've already talked about multiple dimensions. That has been talked about through ad nauseam. Right now, you've got consciousness, you got talking. There are people, abductees are finally getting heard, or at least their stories are being, looked at again, and people are like, holy shit, everybody talked to these aliens without moving their lips. 95% it seems, right? And now we're talking about it on the regular. Consciousness. NHI. It's crazy. But what happens after this? There's nowhere else to go. There's nothing. Every single theory has been thought up, and this is the final one. There's nothing else. We've already done multiple dimensions, right? What is there? 10, 11, 12, something like that. All right. Well, all right. Multiple dimensions. We set off the bombs, and we got through dimensions 4 through 6. They're all coming over to say, stop dropping bombs. You're going to blow everything up. And I say, oh, nay, shut off. That ain't going to happen. Because we've dropped how many? 1,000? I think we're all right. Nothing's wrong. It's stupid. So take that away. We're not multiple dimensioning with anything. They're already here. They're already here. That's that. And they can do things we can't. Just like the octopus. Okay? Don't you think the octopus is a version of the predator? Yeah, man, that thing's wild. Listen to this. Remember, Rear Admiral.
With non-human intelligence?
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Just based on all this data and everything we're talking about, they're
What do you
they're
think
here.
those communications would look like?
I don't know. But I mean, actually, if you look at Diana Pasulka's book again, Encounters, this one former NASA engineer, he called the crashes that were retrieved donations. That's a form of communication right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know the nature of the communication.
Hold on.
NASA engineer, he called the crashes that were retrieved donations. That's a form of communication right there.
He called the crashes donations. And then he says that's a form of communication right there. How? What am I not seeing? How were they donations? They're not really crashes then. They were just throwing them at us like this, and then they just didn't make it to the ground safely, right? The aliens took them from space and went, here, take this one, take a little round one, here, and then take that one. You can do what you want with that one. Yeah, take this one. Give this one to Bob Lazar. You'll know who he is in 30 years. It makes no sense, what he just said. I don't see it. How does this make sense?
Pasulka's book again, Encounters, this one former NASA engineer, he called the crashes that were retrieved donations. That's a form of communication right there.
What the fuck? Okay, so if a crash is a donation, then I guess when I get in a car crash, I'm donating my car to the person I ran into? Because they take it. That's what he's saying. I can't think of I can't think of anything else. Let's move on.
So I don't know the nature of the communication and who was doing the communicating, but I am pretty sure from what I've seen from my sources, very sure, highly.
Lie. Did you see what he did? He's not sure. He says, I'm sure, I'm very sure, which means I'm not sure at all. Watch. I'm telling you, this guy, and he's got rosy ass cheeks that weren't that rosy a few seconds ago. He's got a lot of, look, he's looking right at me. Don't you dare.
And who was doing the communicating, but I am pretty sure from what I've seen from my sources, very sure, highly, that's occurred. Now,
that's occurred. Curd.
So I don't know the nature of the communication and who was doing the communicating.
Yeah, you see, when it gets tough, they start stuttering. You got to make sure you say the right thing.
but I am pretty sure from what I've seen from my sources, very sure.
I'm very sure, very, very sure. These are high sources. I'm sorry, was I not being heard? I don't know. All right.
That's occurred. Now, with who? Parts of the government or just individuals? And actually, by the way, when you say we, if you mean the U.S. government, yeah.
Do you think we've had...
They are so adorable when they stutter. Aren't they? They're like little kids. Gotta make sure you say it right, Timmy. You say it wrong, bro. I mean, forget about it. You know. Oh, and a little Billy Carson tonight? Do we have a little Billy C? I don't know if we've got we do have a little Billy C in the house tonight. I forgot. Oh. Did you hear from the Stu Peters network? I don't watch it, but apparently there was a psyop. The Challenger disaster hoax exposed. Victims found alive and well. NASA space travel lies. What? That popped up on my Rumble feed. It happened before. That is weird. I didn't see that today. Billy Carson. He makes it tough to not like him. And I have no reason to not like Billy Carson. And I say that as if I met the guy. I never met the guy. But, we've seen people talk badly about his past. But nobody really says much about how bad he is now. They always bring in the past. How could you trust somebody who had a bad past and was in jail or accused of something? Everybody's got something, pretty much. Not everybody has it on record, but he paid his dues, and why should that change what he knows? That's the funny thing about these people who want to cancel anybody who's had a past, right? It's like they think that just because they had a past, let's say Albert Einstein, we found out after he died that he really wasn't a nice guy. Let's just say he liked little humans, all right? Let's say we found that out about Einstein. Oh, wow. Then everything he said is bullshit. Forget about Einstein. I ain't listening to no Einstein. Hey, bring us Pythagorean. What was that one guy? I don't know who they listened to back then. The Pelagrathan? Who did he... Didn't he have a one-on-one with Tesla? He and Tesla had some, I think Einstein and Tesla. Nikola. Yeah, not Elon. Hey, there's rumors going around that Elon might be in the Trump administration at some level. Did you hear about that? It's getting weird. It's going to be such a weird election if we have one. All right. 8 billion people are run by 100 families. Have you ever heard of this? I almost want to say I believe it. I've heard Billy Carson talk about this. It's nothing new that he said before. But in case you missed it,
billion people
are being controlled by 100 families.
Who are these families?
These are the elite oligarchs that control the planet. They literally run us. They tell us what to do, hear, see, smell, taste, touch, feel, where we can go, where we can't go. They're running us. The governments are put in place to work for the people, but they got it flipped and they got us working for them.
Right.
And telling us what they're going to do to us if we don't listen to them. That's the opposite of what it's supposed to be. The reason why the world it is today, why we have this boot on our neck, it's because of us. We're the problem. They're sharks. A shark smells blood, a shark attacks.
Right.
A shark is going to be be a shark. How come we as 8 billion people haven't stopped falling for these divide and conquer tactics and stopped fighting each other over the scraps and realize who the real enemy is? While we're fighting each other, they're just cutting up the pie and laughing at us. Left wing, right wing, all the same bird. There's no such thing as a Democrat or Republican. The only thing that does exist, like I say, is a group of elite oligarchs that torture men, women, and children worldwide.
I should have listened to that whole clip. Holy shnikey. Good Lord, Billy. My, oh my. Well, now we know what's wrong with ufology a little more. Holy crap. Jiminy Glick. 100 families. It's an even 100. Even. It's not 101, it's not 9, it's 100. Come on, man. It is something like that, but how does he know? How does BC know? He doesn't know. He knows what you know, he knows what I know, and all we know is what we hear, we think we know. Right? But we don't know because we didn't see it. But there are people who do run things. We have to know that, right? But who? We've heard of the people. I don't want to name names right now, but you've heard them, right? You've heard of them. The Rockefellers, Soros, Clinton, right? Just to name a few. Just to name a few. Hey, man. They're going to be... I don't like this anymore. The Starlink. I think we need to stop that. There's something like 6,000 of them up there right now. It's supposed to be what, 40,000 or 80,000 satellites in orbit just to give internet in places like, you know, in a corner of a field or something. This is very bizarre to me that was even approved. Like, who allowed that? That's so much stuff around the... How are we going to leave the planet? We're going to have to find a perfect keyhole to fit through because there's already 100 to, 300,000 pieces up from little tiny screws to big doors and other stuff. And you name it, it's up there. God. And it's going around at 17,500 miles an hour. You understand? How are we supposed to leave the planet if we're putting a net around it? How? When that day comes when we can actually leave Earth and progress off the planet without hitting anything, how are we supposed to do that? They're going to have to move the rocket. They're going to have to move the launch to the North Pole and just shoot it up, you know, where nothing is flying around, I guess, right? Isn't that true? Doesn't everything seem to fly around the equator of the planet, mostly, you know, between 30 degrees and, no? Like right in the 2/3 middle, that's it. And then you got both of the poles are empty and everything just goes around orbit. But that's not true. Things go in all different. Yeah, everything goes everywhere now. It just doesn't go the other way. It doesn't go backwards. Yeah, then we'd have... Yeah, can't do that. I want to thank Dorothy for sending a PayPal support. Excuse me, I'm having a little agita for no reason. $3.33. Dorothy! Thank you. It's a happy hump day, Richie, she says. Thanks, Dorothy, a continuing supporter of GoofOn, more than one way. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Dorothy Hawkins. What's up, Bob Marley? What's this? Check back in U.S. history for how the robber barons turned the direction in their favor back in the 1800s. Oil and the railroad systems. Later, the electric company, etc. Wow. Yeah, it's really weird what happened, how things turned out. Really cruel. People got screwed over. Like a lot of good people. Thanks. I don't know my history that way. I'm not a historian. I'm a UFO guy. I never have been a UFO. I've never been a historian of history, but a UFO historian, that just came with the job. All right, here's a new UFO show that's coming out. Here's the teaser trailer for the new Discovery series, UFO Twitter. That's what it's called. No? Oh, it's Alien Encounters Fact or Fiction. Wait, they already had a Fact or Fiction. Now they're calling it Alien Encounters? Take a look.
I was abducted by aliens 7 times since 1984.
Everyone has a story, and this is the town that UFOs built. I'm here to listen to first-hand accounts, consider the evidence.
Oh my God. I see it. I see it.
At that point, I'll render a verdict.
I'm a journalist. I'm an investigator. The most important thing to me is facts.
We have a piece of material evidence.
Our whole house lit up. I just unfortunately can't say this is a UFO.
I feel like it's some bull. I believe the data is wrong.
I wish I could just know what it was. There's no question to me that you experienced a UFO. You never know who's going to walk through the front door.
I didn't watch that yet. That is just, to me, awful. They literally took the script from Pawn Stars, the pawn shop with Rick Harrison. He said the same thing. You never know what's going to walk through that front door and make history. Just watch the way this guy acts on camera. It is just silliness on TV land.
To me, that you experienced a UFO.
Reminds me of Dave Scott. Insincere. A UFO. You've experienced a UFO? You experienced seeing a UFO. You don't experience a UFO, you experience seeing one, right? How do you experience a UFO? I guess it's proper, but I don't like it. I don't like that show. It looks bad. I just, you know, let me show you why. All right, you think I'm being a jerk, but I'm not. First of all, fake. I know that's just CGI.
Everyone has a story, and this is the town that UFOs built. I'm here to listen to first-hand.
First of all, who is this guy?
Accounts.
That's what I need to know. I know the voice. Why don't I remember this guy? Hold on. What is it called? Alien Encounters. I'm going to look it up. Fact or fiction? All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. That's Mitch Horowitz. Okay. And Chrissy Newton. They're going to use scientific data and research to dissect real-life encounters with extraterrestrial activity and determine whether or not they can be explained. Let's go to the press room. It's Warner Brothers. Can't be all fake. Warner Brothers. What are they doing? More TV. Here it is. Starts June 9th. Oh, I almost said it. Yes, it starts on that fake holiday. Yeah. All new series will investigate the veracity behind personal accounts of otherworldly experiences when Alien Encounters Fact or Fiction premieres Wednesday on June a certain day. And is that it? About? Yeah, we see that. I want to know who's on it. Wow, terrible. All right, they want you to sign up. Screw that. Well, anyway, let's take a look. I want to show you. Do it this way.
Consider the evidence. Oh my God.
All right, first of all, that right there is a balloon, I think. I'm not sure, but I could already see a reflection. I don't know what this is, but I'm telling you, it ain't what they're telling us. Go.
I see it. I see it.
At that point, I'll render a verdict.
I'm a journalist. I'm an investigator. The most important thing to me is facts.
We have a piece of
This is the UFO material that they're getting excited about, guys. It's a thumbnail. I'm sorry, toenail looking thing.
material evidence.
I don't know. Well, no, it looks like a chewed up piece of popcorn, spit back out and hardened.
Our whole house lit up. I just unfortunately can't say
Aw.
this is a UFO.
I feel like
Look at how sad, even though it's edited that way. I just can't tell you it's a UFO with the evidence you gave me. There's no video evidence. There's no marks on you. There's nothing physical for me to look at. You just want me to believe your story. Is that what you want me to believe? Yes. Yes, we want to be on your TV show to tell our story. It happened. It happened. That's all these shows are.
it's some bull. I believe the data is wrong.
Yeah, the date is wrong. You're right. Guy, yeah, no, I'm not going to say it.
Wish I could just know what it was. There's no question to me that you experienced a UFO.
God, the way he said that, I just want to... I don't like the way he said it. Bothers me.
You experienced a UFO. UFO. A UFO. A UFO. A UFO. A UFO. A UFO.
I feel better now. People get in front of a camera, they act so different. I'm on camera, I gotta accentuate things, I gotta make it more exciting. Just like I did right there. I didn't have to act like a joof. A joof. A goof. Jerk. All right, I got some Volcano UFOs. Now, this is caught on the volcano cam over the Colima volcano from, I think they found this on March 12th, it says here, in 2018. Webcams de Mexico. So the Colima volcano, also known as Volcán del Colima or Volcán de Fuego, is located in western Mexico. It straddles the border between the states of, and then it cuts off right there. The states of Colima and Jalisco. It is part of the Trans-Mexican Volcanic Belt. Now, what I want to do here is put up this video and have you guys, the audience, you take a look at it and you let me know what it is. Too much? All right. I'll calm down. Here we go. Jiminy Creek Crack Crows. Jiminy. God. What is this, 1991 all over again? Well, when you got something at 8 frames a second, you're going to get a long line like this because it's like delayed. The frame, the camera, the lens, it stays open. And it's just not an accurate depiction of what you're seeing. It's 10 frames. Usually you get 30 frames a second. This might be at 10 frames a second. So you're seeing a trail. Call that a ghost image or trail. I can't help. All right, let's move on. That was a real UFO, by the way. Earthlight, I believe they call them. It wasn't a drone. As you know, I have a drone. My drone does not look like that. And unless I put lights on it, it's very possible that somebody put lights on their drone and made a UFO. Yeah. Hardly. All right, let's move along. Here we go. Another post. I said there was a few. I believe this is Billy Carson again. No. Oh. What happened? Oh, they removed the video. God dang it. It looked good. All right, let's move along. Hold on. Here we go. We're having some issues. I found this on Newsbreak. People are still analyzing the aliens from Vegas. Here's another one. People really believe this is a real event that happened. A real alien visited. And there's no denying it anymore. It really happened. I have an issue with, I tell you, anytime you do research on your phone, you run the risk of it not matching what it would look like when you get to the computer version. And that's what I'm going through right now. All right, here's the video. It just got all crazy looking for me. All right, here we go. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Welcome to Appling, Georgia. We've got some pretty big fish here, and I'm not talking about the bass. I'm talking about Kathy. She hooked a career in robotics after completing one of Amazon's free skills training programs.
True story. Got a nice pay bump, too.
Locals are reeling in opportunities to grow their careers all across the country with on-the-job skills training in healthcare that starts on day one.
Good for employees, good for Appling.
Oh, good catch.
To me, I applied the same principles that I would apply to any kind of a homicide investigation, right?
Yes.
And you have to look at the totality of the evidence. And you're going to have debunkers that'll be like, well, but the shadow, it could be this, that.
Did you see it? Oh, shit, I can't move this. Hold on. Ah, they don't give me a bar. But it looked like there was an alien skull or something right here before. I wanted to go backwards.
The other. No, it cannot. And I want to open this up. Everything that we've done, I'm opening it up for peer review. Okay. Anybody out there with a degree in photography, anybody out there who's a qualified expert witness in video.
And the one thing that I noticed, when this kid's head moves in, that's when the shadow moves over. But the shadow is behind the fence and you can clearly see it.
Analysis like I am. Anybody out there with a master's degree or higher in education in
see
video
that?
analysis, video
There's
editing,
something behind there, guys.
Film development, computer animation, and so on and so forth. Bring it on. Look at what I've put on my YouTube channel. Look at what Jim and I are going to talk about today.
See this? Look, one right here. See this? That's an alien. Seriously, there's nothing like it's actually, they don't see it though, but it crawled up in the tree and is looking down at them. I think I'm the only one, and you can see the body go right here. Don't tell anybody, but I think that's just pareidolia, but you never know. You can see the reflection in the eyeball. See that? I'm telling you.
And I'm willing to
We'll watch it again, and then you'll see it really looks like there's a alien in the tree.
to hear what professionals in my field have to say about this and open it up. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But I think that the evidence at this particular time with what we've seen here is proof, couple things, that these entities, both in the background and in the foreground behind the fence, are real. They're there. This is not fake. This is not a fraud. I guarantee it. 100%. These two items, these two beings are in the real world environment with the Kenmore family. That's a fact.
They sure do look that way.
Absolute fact. That is there, and the one in the background is there. 100%, beyond any reasonable doubt. These.
All right, guys. How come I didn't think of this? How come none of us thought of this? There was a problem I had because George Knapp held on to this story for almost 4 weeks and launched it the day before David Grush went live with News Nation. The first time. That was planned. So I just thought of this. What if? Now I'm just one man. I don't know everything, guys, but you know how ufology sucks a lot of the time because people screw things up by lying or cheating or hoaxing and you know all the rest. What if they didn't release it so they could add shit to it? Now, I know that should be visible, but there's ways they could have made this video fake and they could have edited it all, run it through the system, hide all the cuts and everything else, make it look like it's brand new again for the first time. That's how you do it. You run it through the second time with the edited alien blobs, whatever you want to call them. Just saying. George Knapp, KLAS, George Knapp. I'm sorry. It's George Knapp having access to this story for almost a month without releasing it. Why? Maybe to add shit, guys. Maybe to add shit.
These beings are there. Now, the question is...
Yes, even on the body cam.
Who are they? Where are they from?
Because they could have FOIA'd it and got it all. George could have got that in 3 days.
What do they want? That's where the conversation goes after this presentation, Jim. The reality is confirmed. They're there. These people have experienced an extraterrestrial reality, interdimensional, whatever.
Says him. Another problem is he's not looking at the original video. He's looking at everything we're looking at. Unless you have the original, you don't know for 100% certain if it's faked. Right? It's the only way you know, is if you have the original. He didn't get it. He doesn't know. He's hoping he's right, because it would be difficult to debunk this. But I want the video to start over again so you could see this alien hiding in the bushes, because that's as real as all of this shit we're looking at. Hey, I like the video. I think there's something there, but I have to put into question why it was held for 3.5 weeks. And the guy who held it has a shady history with Jeremy Corbett.
Whatever term you want to put on it, but these are non-human intelligent beings that are there in the real world. It's there. This is proof.
All right. Do it again. Watch up here.
Welcome to...
Oh, no!
We have great bird watching, and an Amazon warehouse with free technical training programs. Good for employees, good for Fall River. Good spot.
To me, you know, I applied the same principles that I would apply to any kind of a homicide investigation.
See up here? Don't forget, look up here. See if it blinks. Look, you can see the reflection in its eyes. That's a head. I'm telling you. It's an alien hiding in the tree. And here's the torso. Here's his arm. Right? No? All right.
Right?
Yes.
And you have to look at the totality of the evidence. And you're going to have debunkers that'll be like, well, but the shadow, it could be this, that, or the other.
There's the shadow. Well, he's moving on in. Now, why can't we see through it right here? Look how clear you can see through
No,
it.
it cannot.
Isn't that weird?
And I want to open this up. Everything that
Looks like a bad edit to me. Oh, no, here it is. Look at the eyes. So weird.
we've done, I'm opening it up for peer review. Okay. Anybody out there with a degree in photography, anybody out there who's a qualified expert witness in video analysis like I am, anybody out there with a master's degree or higher in education in video analysis, video editing, photography.
All right. I didn't expect to talk about that tonight. I didn't mean to keep talking about it. Hey, man, all I do is just show you the stuff that's out there. And I don't know why that is getting so much play. It's weird to me. It's weird. It's gone viral. Nobody can debunk it. Nobody. You can't debunk it unless you have the original. You need the original. Sorry. It's just the way it goes. I have a cute little video. I want to show you cuteness before, things get ugly. This has got to be the greatest video in the history of videos and animals. It's just cute. And I hope this guy didn't fake it, but here we go.
Trash when he came across a trapped raccoon. After rescuing it, he was shocked on the fourth day. The little fellow looked pitiful as it had fallen in. The kind guy grabbed a stick to help the raccoon climb out. Once rescued, he offered it some snacks and even gave it some food to take home. The next day, when he took out the trash again, he found 2 raccoons trapped inside. This time, he rescued them both and, seeing their pitiful state, fed them some bread. On the 3rd day, while taking out the trash, he was surprised to find an entire family of raccoons trapped. Once again, he rescued them all and kindly offered them some food. On the 4th day, the guy was completely stunned. The entire raccoon clan was trapped inside.
Very cute. Very cute. They kept telling their friends, you're not going to believe it. You go into this box. I don't know, you wait a few hours. We don't know. And then it opens up and this guy, or human, I guess they wouldn't call him guy, but the human will give you food. You got to see it to get out of here, Racco. No, I'm serious. Why don't you come with me? To a human? Yeah, come on. I'll show you. Brings his friend over. Opens it up. They're scared. I think he's going to kill us. No, come on out, he says. Comes on out, gives them Fruit Loops and other shit, cheese and chicken. And both of the raccoons go back to their best friends, and they tell their best friends, only their best friends, do you guys want to know where to get the most delicious food? And all you have to do is nothing. Just sit in a box. You want to go? It smells. 8 of them go. Guy opens it up, feeds them. They're all stunned. They can't believe it. We've got to tell everybody. No, don't tell anybody, Jenny. Jenny, no, it's only for us coons. No, you have to tell everybody. Do you know how much food? It's never ending. It was so delicious. Yeah, I think she's right, Joe. We got to tell all the coons about this place. So they did. And then they all went back. And then that was what you saw. 30 raccoons. Just looking for a fresh piece of meat. That's how it happened. That was a beautiful story, wasn't it? You guys are so into stories. There's a story. I don't know if I want to tell it tonight. Nah, not yet. It's a good one, though. Haven't told it. Because nobody believe it. Yeah, nobody would believe it. Wouldn't believe it. All right. Being that you wouldn't believe it, let me show you something you can believe in. Are you ready for this? I know, it's been a minute, but they've done it. Third phase of moon. They put a video out. I know it's been a month, but we're going to showcase this video tonight because it's been a month. And we're just going to showcase this video from third phase of moon because, you know, it's been a month. And here it is, everybody. Go.
Phase of moon, Blake Cousins.
Hey, that didn't start the way I set it up. Go. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins along with the panel tonight. Let me tell you, we've got videos coming in from around the world and you're going to be blown away. Pakistan, Iran, the United States, Colorado, we've got it all for you. But tonight, let's just get to the first one. Coming into Third Phase of Moon, Hidden Underbelly breaks it down.
Okay, guys, we've got this strange piece of footage to take a look at of this UFO. So, guys, let's take a look at the footage, and then we'll have a real quick chat afterwards.
We talked about this already. Let's go to another one. We don't need to hear what they say about it, right? Let's go to one we haven't talked about.
Really, it seems like it's in-house. There's no CGI on this one. Let's see where it plays out. I'm sure we're going to find out more. Bunch of UFOs. Let's just get started. Roll this one.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Japan captures something quite incredible. Some people are speculating it's the Loch Ness Monster. Look at this thing slithering within the ocean right off the coast of Japan. Something maybe washed up on shore during a storm. It looks like the road is flooded there and maybe this creature just got stuck. What the heck are we looking at here?
Well, you know what this creature reminds me of? Gojira! Yeah, no, but really, there's like definitely some really interesting deep sea creatures out there, and there's also a lot of USO activity happening all over the world all the time. So who knows, but definitely very interesting.
Yeah, this one's weird. You can see it's kind of slithering as it's making its way through the ocean right off the coast of Japan. And you can see the tail. It looks alive. Definitely, if you're seeing this, you're going to record it.
You know what bothers me? Not. It's the video length. It seems 6 seconds.
You're going to share it because what we're looking at is something strange. John.
This is mind-blowing. I don't think it's obviously Loch Ness because Loch Ness is in Scotland. Also, Lake Champlain is here in the United States. If this is in Japan, this might very well be
I can't do that one. Let's go to the next one. It looks like a UFO.
Look.
Oh, we looked at this one too. Let's hear what they say about it. I'm curious as what they're going to say. I said it was like a drone show, right? I said it's not real. I mean, it's there, but it's a drone show or something.
Multiple camera angles were rolling the second shot from an eyewitness.
Yeah, looks like we're having some internet issues, guys. God dang it.
So Brent was looking through the submissions today at Third Phase of Moon, and as he always does, he finds some interesting stuff. Brent, what's the details behind this? It looks like a modified TR-3B up in the sky. Yeah, I believe this is coming in from Peru, and we're seeing this kind of craft way up in the sky, creating these plasmic kind of discharge as it's kind of illuminating. It's within itself. Is this something biological or something otherworldly, or maybe just a drone propped up with some LED lights trying to fool the masses? This is a question going on right here.
You know, this one to me definitely looks really incredible and gorgeous to look at. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite ones I've seen in a while. And, you know, I just think with the colors pulsing out of it, you know, a lot of times, you know, light burns off with different gases and different colors depending on, you know, what they're related to and their chemical compounds. So it almost makes me wonder if it's, you know, some sort of technology that's using these different chemical makeups and burning them off in a certain frequency. Dr. J.
This is probably my favorite that we're watching so far tonight. The person who has been videotaping this is actually captured.
Let's just listen to it, not watch it. Let's try this. Let's listen to the description from it.
A UAP that is shape-shifting in front of our eyes in multiple different shapes, and not to mention it's pulsating, and at some points you even see black inside while the shape of the white light is changing. I think this is definitely one of the most real videos we've seen, especially one that shows that things can shapeshift.
What's interesting, you bring up the shape shifting.
What's interesting is that we have never seen a video like this during the daytime because it won't work. Because whatever the show is that they're putting on needs to be at night so you can see the light illuminating the imaginary shape-shifting routine of a light show drone thing. I don't know. Definitely not a UFO. Why don't they record it until they don't see it anymore? Why do these videos just cut off? I'll tell you why. Because they don't want us to know the truth. All right, third phase of moon, doing it always with the help of the panel and the hidden underbelly. We'll put the link to that video in the show description. I will set off again. All right, what do we got here? No, we did that. Yeah, well, we got to note that there we go. Get rid of that. Third phase. All right, here we go. Well, I played that. All right, we'll get rid of that. Just cleaning up the... Oh, we played that. Here we go. Nah. Well, no, we played that yesterday. Don't need that. All right. What time is it? It's 1:15. We seem to be having some issues with StreamYard. It says connection's fairly good. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging it in. You know, it's so stupid. It's StreamYard. StreamYard. All right, check this out. We'll continue with this. I really loved this interview.
So they're from here, and they've been here for thousands of years, whatever they are. And space, the atmosphere is really well monitored, right? Both for military, for defense reasons, but also because, like, it'd be nice to know when asteroids are coming. And there's no evidence, has never been any evidence that there are lots of these objects, these vehicles coming into our atmosphere from somewhere else, some other planet. There's no evidence of that at all. So they're from here, and they've been here for thousands of years, whatever they are. And it's pretty clear to me that they're spiritual entities, whatever that means. They're supernatural, and which is to say, supernatural means above the natural, above the observable nature. And they don't behave according to the laws of science as measured by people, you know, and they've been here for a long time.
So if they have been here longer than we have, a long time, and they have the ability to do all these things that we can't match them in their abilities. So how are we supposed to monitor something we can't really track? We don't know where they go. We don't know where they're from. And we can only assume they're from here. And my thing about these ships, these UFOs that have been talked about, I don't know if they're for just here to use on the planet. I think they're mainly for interplanetary use only. And I think when these beings get to the planet, they can tap in and somehow move about in a way that we just can't understand. Shadows, they take on shapes, of whatever. I mean, we really don't know. Lights, we know there's ectoplasm, right? Ectoplasm is supposed to be a real thing. I've never been a witness to it. Well, paranormally speaking. And because if ectoplasm was running rampant, why didn't Ghost Adventures crew, the Roto-Rooter guys, Ghost Hunters, why didn't any of these shows create ectoplasm and say, look, here's the ectoplasm. You want to know why? This is why I don't think ectoplasm is real. I know people don't like that when I say that stuff, but there's no evidence of it anywhere. Nobody's ever physically gotten it on any show in the last 20 years. Why? Because people were faking ectoplasm before. And that's something you just don't ever see anybody ever talk about. I would like it if somebody was in a coffin. You know how they put themselves in situations where they're alone in the middle of a dark, haunted room. And I want them to wake up with this shit all over their body. What happened while you were in there? I don't know. He slimed me. But it doesn't happen. Why? Because it's not real. Never has been. Rich, don't you dare say stuff like that. I just did. Why? Because there hasn't been any evidence that I have seen, that I'm aware of, that I have been, nobody's ever sent me ectoplasm video evidence, ever. It's never happened. Matter of fact, let's talk about that tomorrow. Ectoplasm. Where is it? It should be a show. We'll do a Sunday show. We'll do a member show on ecto. Nah, I'm joking halfway. I think it's a good topic, though. I just ran through it in 2 seconds, but it's strange that there's no evidence for it, and yet it's been talked about for over 100 years. Well, where is it? I think that was guys back in the day. They in the middle of the night, they made believe that they were haunted, and oh, what's all this stuff? And he's like, there must be ectoplasm. Yeah, that's what it is. And there was a ghost that woke me up. Oh, yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Can you change the sheets, Mary? Unbelievable. No ectoplasm. Just doesn't exist. Old time talk. Go ahead. Let's hear him speak.
And there's a ton of evidence they're under the ocean and under the ground. So,
oh, there's a ton of evidence that they're under the ocean, and hell, where's the evidence? Does anybody know any evidence at all? Any? What, Malibu base? Do you know that thing that was underground? The in the ocean. What was that thing that everybody thinks is a UFO? Looks like the Millennium Falcon. I'm sorry, Falcon. The Millennium Falcon. I can't, for some reason, it eludes my brain. But that is a boat. Yep. That broke in half on the way down. And the other piece is like a couple hundred yards down the... They just don't ever show you the second piece. It's weird. I don't know why. Because you got to keep alive the mystery. Got to have aliens. Without aliens, what are we living for? To not die. Am I wrong? What are we living for? All right, that's not fair. That's just natural. I know, I'm joking. We're living for what? I'll tell you what I live for. Every day, I look to make myself happy. You know why? Because if I'm not happy, I can't make others happy. And I'm responsible for making myself happy. So I do what I can to give myself something rewarding to do for the day. And if I don't do it, it sucks. I go into I know I'm never depressed, but it's like, damn it, another day wasted. You know, it's like I didn't really accomplish anything, but you know, that's why I gave myself something else to do other than ufology. Needed to challenge myself. And believe it or not, the passion's for both. I've got passion for both stuff, for both channels. And then there'll be a third channel with all the drone footage I've got. I'm just going to make a channel for the drone. Call it Droning with G. Yep, that's it. Just to give a home. That's all. I'm not going to do shows on it or anything like that. You know, it's just uploading drone videos. That's all it'll be. Drone videos, UFOs, and the Constitution. What a weird mix. Isn't that weird? What a weird mix. The one thing I've learned over the last 7 years studying the First Amendment and our Bill of Rights, the Constitution, is the one thing that I've learned is 99% of the people in the United States don't know what the First Amendment is. I only knew part of it. Yeah. So there's a challenge that I like. It's almost the same thing as ufology, because in ufology, what is it? 80% of people believe now that there are aliens out somewhere, right? Isn't it 80%? I'm pretty sure it's high. Let's say 70 just to play it safe, but it's high. So why can't we have disclosure now? Why do we have to keep waiting? Why can't we just get it over with? You know why? Can't handle it. We can't handle it. I'm telling you, we can't. The country couldn't handle the O.J. Simpson trial. Right? The world was shut down because of that was the time right there. Should have done disclosure right there. They blew it. Do you know how awesome that would have been to have disclosure during that time? You know what everybody would be thinking? The aliens are here to save us. Save us, aliens. Save us from the Coco-19. And the aliens would be like, dang, I ain't going near down that. Fuck that shit. We're going to stay up here by the moon. Is that all right? Oh, aliens, please save us. Shh, the aliens said. And we cried as we looked up at them and said, why, aliens? Why won't you save us? Because well, it was with telepathy. And they said, you must save yourselves. We must save ourselves. You are going to blow up the planet. We're going to blow up the planet with your technology. We'll do the technology thing. I just did. You're going to destruct your own people with your own technology. That was good. Oh, and what else should we do? What else should you do? Oh, yes. Pray to the alien god Zitch. What? What'd he say? Nothing. Nothing. Pray to God. Praise be to God. Okay. All right. Let's talk about it just for a second. Oh, wait a second. Okay. The topic of this ontological shock thing, exploring diversity among social media responses to a congressional UAP hearing. The topic of UAP has risen to increasing prominence recently, as exemplified by the congressional UAP hearing in July 23. Indeed, some observers interpreted the event as disclosure, a process by which authorities long suspected to have withheld evidence that some UAP are genuinely anomalous, ET, admit this to the public. Whether it actually constituted disclosure is another issue, but it was certainly experienced by some as such. God, some people thought that was disclosure without any evidence. The significance of such disclosure is that some commentators suggested it may precipitate ontological shock, a person having their fundamental sense of reality challenged in some way. Whether the hearing did indeed do so is the research question animating this paper, which presents an exploratory preliminary examination of reactions to the hearing on X, previously Twitter. A grounded theory analysis identified 19 themes involving 76 sub-themes distributed across 4 categories: concern, positive reactions, skepticism and indifference, and critical engagement. Evidently, even if this event constituted disclosure and/or ontological shock for some people, there were diverse reactions, and collectively the effect was more one of ontological fracturing. The paper highlights the complexity of this topic and the need for further research. Wow. That's it. That was good. See, that was like having a good dessert, right? A little creme brulee, maybe brownie, cheesecake, tiramisu, terrible soup. You might think I'm delirious. Maybe I'm in. All right, here we go. Okay, you ready? Navigating. Sorry. Wow. Nope. Oh. Something is happening. It is a fact that the White House moved to hush up the alien landings before the administration had any idea they were alien landings. In the middle of the night, the first action taken by the human governments of Earth, as opposed to the actual government of Earth, AI and his counterpart intelligences, was an attempt to hush up everything. The urge to conceal information from the public had become so ingrained and habitual as to constitute a tropism. It was as automatic and unavoidable as a yawn. It is a fact that the White House moved to hush up the alien landings before the administration had any idea that they were alien landings. In fact, before the administration had any clear conception at all of what it was, They were there, trying to hush it up. Something spectacular and very unofficial had happened. So the instinctive reaction of government was to sit on it and prevent it from hatching in public. 40 years of media, centered turmoil, had taught them that the people didn't need to know anything that wasn't definitely in the script. Aliens crashing to Earth was not in the script. It is also a fact that the first official crash landing happened hundreds of years ago, before our forefathers were here. Something was happening. What happened to everything? Why aren't we living like the Jetsons? They came, they saw, they landed, they left. Why didn't they stay this time? Thousands of years ago, they interacted with us. All of us. From flying carpets, Vermonas, to disc-shaped objects and blimps. They were everywhere. Airships amok. You couldn't turn the New York Times newspaper. Couldn't turn a page and not hear about a UFO somewhere in the States. All 13 of them. Now there's 48 continental United States. And all the old lower 48 plus the other 2 over there. We've seen thousands, if not thousands, of UFOs. Aliens, not so much. But looking at the way things are being treated now, if an alien was seen on video, can we do better? Any better than what we did with the Las Vegas UFO alien experience? Let me tell you, right now, this is what you have going on in ufology. People just won't let it go, but the Las Vegas alien conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, people believe it. They believe that story. That's the main story going on. That's the real one. People believe it. I don't. I think it's something else, and I don't know what, and I hope I'm wrong. But I'm going to have to do my own deep look into that alien. I don't want to, but okay, we've got that. We've got whistleblowers that, you know, we've been talking about for over a year or 2 or 4 or 7, and we've only heard a few. There's 40. Now we know Mr. Sands said there's 80, and that sounds about right. I bet you there are more than 80 whistleblowers ready to go. Here's the deal, folks. You want to know how you do it? Do you really want to listen to something? Listen to me. You do it all at once. You get all 80 of them, and you have them all speak at the same time, tell their story. They're all going to be individually recorded on their own recorder. But you have them all do it at once, so you can't wipe them all out. I mean, you could but they're all going to be in different places or in the same place. I'm telling you, man, that's how you do it. You do it all like a Band-Aid. All of them. All of them. Now, I'm joking about having them all speak at the same time. It's not a bad idea, actually, but it'd be hard to pull off because everybody would have to. Well, everybody does have a phone. They have a recorder. Just hit the recorder and tell your story. Hi, my name is Nicholas James. I was a Rear Admiral. on the USS Nimitz in 1999, I believe. Through 2005, I saw the UFOs. He tells his story, hits the stop button. Everybody else does theirs. And now you got 80 whistleblower stories in less than 5 minutes. Now you collect all that information and you have a congressional hearing. Each one of them comes on the stage. They play the recording and then they discuss. Fantastic. And the reason you make the recording, because you want that recording sent out. You want it to go to a place that it can't be erased. Paper trail, digital trail. There's a way they could do this and save everybody's lives. Hey, you do all 80 at once, and if they start, keeling over all of a sudden, there's a problem. But it's all recorded, it's all out there. Why bother? You got 80 instead of one at a time. We're going to be here till 2080. Anyway, just a little FFT, food for thought for the people at the White House, Greenhouse, Pentagon House. Just let the people run it, right? We should be running it. We should be running it. That's just the way it's got to be. Anyway. Can't have disclosure with the government. You just can't. You can't. This says funny and ridiculous at the same time. Let me see what this is. Come on and open. Come on. I don't know what this is. All right. I don't know why this... Oh, I think this lady's lying. I don't know why I have this. I'm going to play it, though, and... I don't know. I don't know why I have it. Let's take a listen.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I'm telling you, I cannot breathe!
Do you need an ambulance?
I need an ambulance!
6211.
She's hurt me! She's hurt me! She's hurt me!
6211. Can you roll rescue 20
God,
our way?
please, she's hurt
Reference.
me.
Our arrestee is unable to breathe.
It's like she doesn't believe her.
You're so sick! You're so sick! You're sick!
Deputies call an ambulance for our suspect, who decides it's time for the performance of a lifetime.
Can you please just... so I can breathe?
So what we're going to do is we're going to turn you on your side.
Hey, look, I know some of you are like, why are we watching this? Because this is a Karen. That's not how somebody acts when they can't breathe. They know that. That's why they're not doing anything. Well, we're all on your side. You don't, when you breathe, you don't put your legs up in the air like that. It just doesn't happen. They knew she was bullshit. And if anybody's sensitive to that, I'm sorry. Too bad, so sad. That's the Karens in this world. That's what I'm fighting against. Good for me. Somebody has to. Anyway, it is what it is. Excuse me, Madonna me. All night I had this thing in my throat. Easy. All right, we're done. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. We'll have a good one. And that's it. Be safe. Thanks for hanging out. Truthology for ufology. All right, you got it. And alien bless.
there's like this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies of and why did it downward was treasured sites in Christianity? UFO, descending over the dome of the rock.